Roy Friberg is a Swedish artist who over the past 60 years has built up a formidable body of work. His drawings and paintings are represented in most, if not all, of Sweden's significant art museums. His sculptures adorn institutions and city parks. His stage designs have featured in national and international theatres, including the Sydney Opera House. Yet Friberg is considered to be an outsider, on the periphery of Sweden's elite art circles. It could already be said that Friberg is unique as an artist. If having only one eye since the age of 11 does not lend credence to this notion alone, his uncompromising technique and the medium he has developed due to an allergy to turpentine push him unquestionably towards uniqueness. Roy Friberg was born in 1934 in a small village near Uddevalla, western Sweden, of working-class parents.
Somewhere here I was born. We lived there for 5 years and then we moved down to Karlskrona, where I had my explosive accident.
He found an aluminium tube with a wire sticking out.
I went to where we used to play. There was an old wooden church in Karlskrona. I put it down there and I took a match. So then it happened.
It was a detonator for explosives. So you had aluminium in the eye?
Yes. All over the face and the hands. So they tried, they operated me, I think 6 times, tried to get out this splitter.
Mm-hmm.
That was impossible. Well, I had to take it away because they were afraid that I should go into the nerve, what would you call it?
Optic nerve.
Optic nerve, yes, and go into the brain.
Do you think some went in there?
It might be. Well, I think that's changed my life.
Friberg lives with his wife, Lena, on this old farm near Friberg, West Sweden. They've been together nearly 50 years, most of that time spent here. The setting is idyllic. The countryside the inspiration of many of Friberg's drawings and paintings.
It's a nature study when we take our walks along the river every day. I go over to the next one. It's quite different. This is my faiblesse for doing faces. So when I do faces, I invent new type of personalities all the time without knowing, just something in the structure and you pick it up and it's another face. I'm addicted to faces. In Sydney they wrote in the newspaper about the opera. That's the farmer from Sweden with 300 faces.
And to make those faces, Friberg first lays down a pigmented beeswax solution, then painstakingly etches into it with his rotating rubber technique to create the form. I didn't know you could buy beeswax like that.
It's a shop quite near Friberg. There's equipment for bee breeding. Okay, thank you.
Does the lady know what you use the wax for?
No, I wouldn't tell her.
You won't.
Tack.
Take a while for it to melt.
Yeah. So is this an expensive way of getting your paint material?
That's quite cheap. And I found out about this because I was very badly infected by turpentine.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, dizzy and had headache and...
So you had to find a different way of
Yes.
painting.
So this is alifatenafta, white spirit.
Mm-hmm. So you have to keep that away from the flame.
Yes. Don't worry. Shall I put that in?
Mm-hmm.
So when it's getting cold, it's like a cream.
And how long does it keep?
Keeps for ever.
And then you mix the pigment to
Yes.
get your colour afterwards. So is that how you would do it normally? Just dip into the pigment and then into the wax?
No. I can't tell you all my secrets.
Having only one eye played its part in Friberg becoming an artist.
I couldn't participate in sport. I had to compensate that in a way, so I started to make pictures.
But it was a failed love affair that finally made him decide to devote himself to art.
I had a love story, a passion with a girl.
Right.
And I was working as in a restaurant, cleaning dishes. There was no future for me, so her mother sent her to England to get rid of me. I tried to reach her there, so I went with a boat to London, and I didn't have money enough, so they sent me home with the same boat, same day. So on the way back on the boat, I decided to be an artist and make an exhibition. So I started seriously to paint and had my first exhibition in 1954 and had so much money left so I could buy another ticket and go to see my passion. But she had found another one. So I was very sad.
It is 6 months since his last exhibition, a retrospective, which was in Stockholm. In 3 weeks' time he has another, in Oslo. He's working on a final selection.
I don't want to show everything. That one is called Skål in Swedish. They might have killed a dictator and carrying him away. I'll have to take away some of them.
The exhibition is on Hovedøya, an island in Oslo's bay, at a gallery called Kungsverk, in an historic old building. A moment's contemplation before the opening.
Det er skrevet mye klokt om forholdet mellom bilder og mennesker, som jeg ikke skal si noe om. Men jeg vil gjerne ha med det lille spørsmålet: hvorfor elsker vi bilder? Helt enkelt tror jeg man kan forklare denne fascinasjonen med at noen bilder, de gode bildene, er fylt med en kraft og en energi som bare gjør at de er gode. Man trenger ikke vite noe om kunstneren. Man trenger ikke vite om motivet. Man trenger ikke å ha så mye kunnskap, for de gode bildene bare er gode. Når man ser en Rembrandt, så vet man at det er godt. Man trenger ikke å vite at det er Rembrandt, eller Turner, eller Picasso, eller Friberg. Roy Fribergs bilder har denne energien i seg. De har så mye energi at jeg synes de blir magiske. At hvis dere tar dere tid, se ordentlig på bildene, så vil litt av magien smitte over på dere, og dere blir litt mer magiske enn når dere kom. Jeg har også lyst til å utfordre dere til å se ordentlig på installasjonen Domstolen, som er helt innerst i lokalet. Gå opp i tiltalebenken, stå der litt, og kjenn etter. Til og med hunder blir redde. Tusen takk, og god fornøyelse.
Till en bild så vill jag ha ett innehåll, och vad menar han när han gjorde denna bild, och vad föreställer den och sånt. Men den föreställer konsten själv. Språket, lyset betyder, ja, det är estetik. Skönhet som är ett ord som har varit förbytt i lång tid inom måleri och så. Det är skönheten som är, vad ska vi säga, belöningen när man lagar en bild, och belöningen när man ser djupt på den.
Before breakfast each day, Friberg reads a page from Lena's diary of years before to her. Their way of life hasn't changed that much over the years. It's always run at a gentle pace on the farm in summer. But Friberg still spends many hours daily in his studio. He's busy with a new work for another exhibition in Stockholm called Hell, which also features Francisco de Goya and other well-known artists. His vision of hell is depicted in the burnt wall of a house after destruction by fire. It's 5 meters long and 240 high, made up of 16 pieces. What was your thoughts when you saw the drawings at the hospital? Because you hadn't seen those for some time, had you?
My impression was that they didn't care much about them. It was supposed to be for children. It's a children's hospital. And now they're hanging on odd places. You shouldn't do it like that. Push. I don't like it. I think it's made of burnt bone.
Yeah.
The best quality is ivory black. But chimney suit.
Mm-hmm.
getting so much nicer all the time.
Do you always work from the floor?
No. I work on the table. There's I lay them on the floor and I'm watching them, looking at them,
Mm-hmm.
not watching them.
Do you find painting more stressful nowadays?
Stressful now. Painting is my life. If I didn't paint, I would die immediately.
We'll get on with some painting.
Hmm?
Get on with some painting then.
Not now.
Have you got everything set for health?
Yes, it's going to be just the black and white. And I have one on the museum, Modern Art in Stockholm. Few people petrified, black and white one. Maybe I can have that.
Should art be something that influences society, or should it just be decoration, something for people to hang on the wall?
It works like that, something to hang on the wall. When I was younger, I thought art could change the world. It's a nuclear bomb underneath the ground. And I still think it has the potential to do it, but I won't try anymore. Because I mean, if people could experience what I experience when I make these pictures, they would be happy. I mean, it's a question of learning how to see, to open the eyes. When you have started on that road, it can lead you to heaven, nearly.
There's always a sense of sort of anxiety in a lot of your paintings. Where does that spring from?
I don't know. No, I say I'm a dystopist. It's always something dark and anxious in my painting.
You've had some quite surrealistic dreams and nightmares. Do they reflect in your painting?
Yes, they do, but it's it's very, very hard to express such things. But it's always been there, yes.
He writes down his dreams in his diary for future reference.
It's from a dream.
People have gone down to a dance band, and I see Lena standing at the side looking melancholy. I try to get to her, but I'm stopped by a large wall. Instead, I fly through a door, screaming in a strange tongue, crashing against the walls. Do you have any particular favourite paintings that you've done?
Yes, a few. I made one that's the title is Lonesome in the Deserted Landscape. It's me. Don't you see my varicose veins? Yes, that one. This has been sold to the National Gallery in Oslo. Very nice. Everybody has seen the film. Burt Lancaster and Deborah Kerr. It's me and my wife laying in our normal bed, but transferred to a beach.
Lovers in a desert landscape.
Now, I didn't have any hidden agenda behind that as well.
He seldom uses live models. Sometimes photographs, but mainly of himself. And there's no vanity involved.
Nowadays it's just conceptual art, installations, and I don't like that. I mean, it's a sort of social anthropology, and so they better be a reporter or journalist than an artist. My favorite has been Palle Nielsen, Danish, black and white woodcut, and they were cheap because he wanted the working class people to buy, to have it. But it didn't work. Now he's dead. The price gone up like this.
A fine art graduate from Stockholm chose Friberg's work for her dissertation.
And she said, I am in the periphery, in the art landscape in Sweden, because I have so low prices. So I'm waiting to die to have proper prices. And it has come so far that what you've done has no importance. Just the price that's important. Students coming out from the Royal Academy, they can sell for one picture for 200,000, something like that, before they're finished. So it's something rotten. Now we're going to Lofoten, and when I come back I have to dig up the potatoes and things like that, and clean up the garden, being away so long.
While they're away, Johanna, Friberg's oldest daughter, will look after the animals. She lives on the farm and has a pottery there, alongside the chicken hut.
Nej, jag frågade om hon var rädd för hundar. Det var hon.
Ja, en hund har de sagt, men sen kom ner och ville de inte ha den.
Marta, Friberg's other daughter, will also be in Lofoten with her own family, Sem and August.
Konsten har ingen essens. Konsten är inget i sig själv. Konst är vad konstetablissemanget bestämmer sig för. För min del tror jag att det handlar om något helt annat. Jag tror att konsten är en fortsättning på skapelsen, som må vara gudomlig eller evolutionär. Här ser vi ett berg, här en skog och här ett hav med en vacker solnedgång. Inte så, snarare då. Här ser vi återigen mysteriet berget, mysteriet skogen, mysteriet havet och solnedgången. Mysteriet uppfattar vi bara genom kontemplativt seende. Här har konsten sin uppgift. Jag tänker då inte enbart på bildkonst utan givetvis på alla former av uppenbarande konst, poesi, musik, film och så vidare. Konstnärer kan således skapa annorlunda, nya sätt att se, som om de anammas och blir frekventa kan förvandla verkligheten på ett sätt nyskapande. Det existentiella mysteriet kan upplevas av alla som inte är totalt förblindade av rationell materialism. Det mänskliga samhället, åtminstone det västerländska, har dock i görligaste mån försökt skydda sig mot detta irrationella mysterium som existensen ju är. Konstens uppgift är att mot alla odds uppenbara och bevara det mysteriösa i tillvaron. Hjärnan genomströmmas oavbrutet av bild och tankar. Diffusa mentala rörelser som hela tiden störs och omstruktureras av det oerhörda flödet av sinnesintryck utifrån. En idé som uppstår i detta flöde kan vara som en liten fladdrande marginell rörelse. En liten lätt fladdrande idé kan lätt avspisas eller förpassas till ett omedvetnas regioner. Att föra en idé till manifestation är en nervös och ångestfylld process. När det gäller att göra bilder, måleri eller teckning eller skulptur så är idéerna ett led i en språklig process. En process som är svår att påvisa eller att beskriva i ord. En idé föds ofta ur en tidigare bild som en förlängning av en tidigare idé. Lofoten is not so exciting anymore as it used to be in the beginning. 1965, 1967 and all that. We made discoveries and went around on the islands. And now it's touristic all over. It's tourist traps all over. Mm-hmm. And I mean, blossoms are not so many, fish is not so many, and it's just a lot of people. Yeah. It's what I would say it was better before. But it's always inspiring to come there. Mm-hmm. So I may make small sketches like this, mm-hmm. and write a diary, write down my dreams and like that. This is the foreground, and this is the mountain slope far behind. Konfrontationen med pappret eller duken blir oftast platt fall. Man kan bli tvungen att släppa hela idén, göra en kringgående rörelse runt tvivlet. Man kan till exempel göra små klottriga skisser och sen låta det hela bero. Man försöker igen, nya nederlag, nytt tvivel. Dystert stirrar man på sina tillkortakommanden och plötsligt grips man av en impuls att måla över allt sammans. Och då kanske nås man av en helt ny idé tack vare något som redan fanns i bilden, något man plötsligt upptäckte och som kanske kan bära ända fram. Ungefär så kan en kreativ process se ut. Att det rör sig om något nytt som uppstår kan jag anta, därför att jag inte klart eller tydligt kan förstå eller tyda innehållet eller budskapet i en ny bild. Den är och förblir delvis gåtfull. Innehållet eller budskapet är förvandlat på något sätt som jag inte kan peka på. Och där ligger hela fascinationen i att göra bilder. Där ligger bildens kraft och laddning.
And that, he says, is his reward.
Wonderful green.
So where do you feel more at home, here or in Ness?
But in home. In Ness, of course. Here as well. We're always, outsiders. More outsiders here than in Ness. Outsiders, that's one.
Sometimes I have experienced myself standing on a precarious edge, with nothing but a deep depression facing me, which threatens the onset of a panic attack. But I hold on to my balance by repressing the thought process that took me there, if necessary, with the help of alcohol.
What's this called? What is called?
Yes.
It's called grilled mackerel.
So who does most of the cooking in your household?
Lina does.
So is this too specialised for Lena then, what you're doing?
Yes, it's highly professional thing. Yes.
And I do the rest.
She do this. The more common vulgar stuff.
Friberg's birthday crown of flowers. He's 77 today.
Well, that's not bad for an old man. He's 77.
The last lazy days of Lofoten. Friberg makes a sketch of how he plans to erect the 16 pieces of his burnt wall. They're just going to balance on each other.
No, you have these behind. So you have some behind. Like this.
Våra pengar och då blir kvällen glad. Då skulle vi ha roligt med flickorna en stund, men inte går vi in i något äktenskap.
Back in Friberg, it's lunch with friends. This is a regular Wednesday get-together, an immovable weekly feast, to cleanse his soul, as he puts it. That's not wax, is it?
No, it's not wax.
It's a white spirit and ivory black solution. It doesn't take long to dry. Then he can work on it.
So she will lay there and dry up. I have to cut them out from bigger rubbers. Like that. This is very primitive.
It's very unique.
Voila.
There's coffee if he wants it.
The hands are my own.
It's a slightly different technique to the last one. You were putting...
Yes. I'm always experimenting all the time. As I said, it's hard to be creative in this situation.
After adding some crayon work, another layer of black goes on. This time it's more transparent. He used this technique to reinvent a huge painting he had made years earlier that he had come to dislike. He cut it into 6 pieces and painted over them. He sometimes shows them all together. Three of them are out on the floor in his studio.
This one, one to the left, one to the right. I think this. I washed them out somehow and took them up again. That's why I did now. When I found all my friends and put them in.
The burnt wall goes up for the first time. The garage is the only space big enough to put all 16 pieces up together.
Yes, that's it.
Excellent.
The room at the exhibition housing the burnt wall has minimal lighting at Friberg's request.
When I finished my BA after 1.5 years in art history, because I did art history, I thought he was one of the most interesting artists in Sweden, not only Sweden but in the world today, and nobody had written about him. Nothing was written about him. What had made him so marginalized in the outline? He was always considered good, but never important. He's not friends with those who matter in the art world. He doesn't hang around galleries. He's not where it counts to be. I do think it's unfair, because I do think that Friberg is a master.
And what about the price of paintings?
He says he doesn't want to put his prices up. But I say from the art world point of view, it means that he becomes devalued. Because even critics and others in the art world say, oh, but his paintings are not so expensive, then he can't be so good. So it's completely circular. I'm happy. I bought a painting from him. I could not have afforded it if it would have been valued more correctly.
Litteracy is an old institution in Stockholm. We have 4 or 5 exhibitions every year. Everybody in the art elite will be here tomorrow. 400 or 500 people, I think. So yeah, it's fun for Roy. Because Roy he's an outsider in Swedish art. I mean, he lives not in Stockholm. If you live in Stockholm, you're a part of the cultural life. And if you not live in Stockholm, you're out of the life. So it's very important that he's in this exhibition, so that everybody can see the potential in his work.
Another Wednesday lunch, come rain or shine. They used to be held at a gallery in town, but it closed down controversially. That seems to be a different period in your painting life.
Yes. I made one exhibition with 8 bigger than this.
Successful?
Very much, yeah. Well, I could do a lot more.
So you're not such a dystopist after all.
Oh, no. Just a better room, huh?
Well, it's certainly different to what people expect of your paintings.
There was a bet. Bank said, why don't you make some nice colored naked lady instead of all these dystopistic pictures? And I said, if I do that, you have to promise to keep the gallery going on for another 10 years. And he agreed with that. So I had this exhibition and then he closed down. And I said, you're a traitor.
It was the gallery where the Wednesday lunches used to be held. They were much bigger gatherings in those days, somewhere for local artists to meet and socialise. Friberg still rues those days have gone. The work of Swedish artist Carl Fredrik Hill has made a big impression on Friberg.
Hill was very, very ambitious. He wanted to be in the Salon in Paris. He wanted to win the big prize. And when he didn't, he sort of went mad. And I think they had some exhibitions in Paris. I think Matisse and Picasso showed his drawings and were influenced, but he was better than them. So these tigers I have used.
So he's meant quite a bit to you if you take from his work.
If you admit this is not mine idea, this is Carl Fredrik Hill, and I developed his world of expressions, that's okay. I was influenced by Chagall, Matisse, Picasso, Dufy, Raoul Dufy, and many, many others. But these, Paul Nielsen and Hill, they are so-called more substantial, more profound. Art is what the establishment decides being art today. If you want to be a genius, you have to be insane.
The weather rarely interferes with the daily walks. It's March now, and there's a touch of spring in the air. Today, Friberg and Lena have climbed to the highest vantage point of the farm. Belief in art's significance battles constantly with its meaninglessness. Belief can release the capacity of thought, emotion, sensibility. Meaninglessness brings on dumbness, emptiness, paralysis.
You've written in one of your books anyway, you wrote about being close to the edge sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What is the edge that you're close to?
The edge between panic and falling down in a black hole or something. Being unable to live a normal life, talk to people, come like a wave and hit you sometimes. It can go over. Next day it could be better. It's nothing to do with artistic temperament or something. You can always feel that what you're doing is just rubbish, and what you've done is rubbish. Forever it will be rubbish. You can feel that sometimes. I'm considered officially to be a dystopist. It doesn't become me anything, these labels, or what you call it. I'm always enjoying form, light, structure, the aesthetic. And that's like love, you can enjoy it. That's the only cause to make pictures for me. Not because I am politically angry or outrageous, but I can use that as well, but not as a propaganda or not a single expression. Because then it's better to write down a speech or something and go out among people and talk to them. But they say a man, mostly, can be either engineer, or he can be alcoholic, or he can be a mountain climber, or a parachute jumper, or an artist.
What would you have been if you didn't paint, do you think?
Alcoholic. When I do these copies over from photos, them in this way, it's a transformation, and you can build it up like a sculpture, and you can find another expression, and you can do it again and again and again. My premier purpose is to make beauty, but I love these structures and light and everything. And I think that's important for mankind to experience that, to comfort people.
What is success for an artist?
It's different, of course, for different artists. It's a personal thing. I've been successful now, nearly always. They're always writing nicely about me. So it doesn't mean anything. The meaning is my joy of aesthetic. That's the whole thing.
Was it difficult when you were younger to be an artist? I mean, how do you survive?
We were living quite a poor life. We were never starving. Compared with now, it was a poor life, but it was the best life anyway. Because I've always been a free man, done what I want to do, living on places I want to live on, And no one has died in the family. Okay, well, you stopped this stupid filming.
Feel so glad, feel so happy. I'm the last human cheeky chappy. What a wonderful day. Left them to it to reap their plunder. They couldn't see what a blunder was coming their way. In my book it was elementary. Overproduction could leave you empty, resourcefully broke. They didn't care for simple quality of life. The fat ones got much fatter while the thin ones paid the price. Centuries of building up have crumbled overnight, but nothing ever dies completely. Look at their lovely eyes. Feel so glad, feel so happy. I'm the last human cheeky chappy. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful, what a wonderful.